Lori, and she's going to share a little bit more on her story. So
thank you, Audra. I appreciate that. And I love the way that you really go into the detail of your story, because again, like we shared earlier, so many of the symptoms you were experiencing common, but not normal, and not anything that really can be diagnosed quotation mark, because the base of what you were experiencing was from inflammation and a stagnated lymphatic system. And so now that you've cleaned that up, you're thriving, and it is so inspiring. So with that, I'm going to pass it to Lori, who introduced you to this, to let her share a little bit about her health testimony.
Hello, good evening. Oh, just kidding. Good afternoon. Yes, I am super excited to be here to share my testimony and my story. Before Purium, I was meeting with a counselor 6.5 years, and it was weekly. I'd meet with the counselor, and I was dealing with anxiety, depression, PTSD from a big trauma in my past. And I was also spending probably about $700 on supplements and herbal foods, and just really being conscious of what I was putting into my body, because I knew mental health wise, I wasn't doing well. And I wanted to be able to connect to the Lord more, be more present in my life, and be more at peace in my body and in my mind. And so when I was meeting with my counselor, she said that I needed to start looking at doing medication. Like, we had done everything and it was time to bring in heavy medication, and I really didn't want to do that. And she was like, have you ever thought about the like looking into just your body and what your body needs, and gut health. And I'm really good at taking care of others, but I'm not so good about taking care of myself. That's something that I'm learning, and I'm so grateful that Purium has helped me with that, to have that self-care as a mama of 3. And so I started on this journey. I actually reached out to Detra and I said, what are you doing? You look amazing and I need help. I actually had an infection in my body and it wasn't going away. I was using all the antibiotics. It wasn't going away. And I was like, I need something else. And I was really upset and really angry, because what Detra was telling me was different than what other people were telling me that I really trusted with my health. And then I learned, and so I went to a health call like this and got some questions answered, and I started on the journey. And I started with a core 4, which is taking everything once a day. And very shortly after taking everything once a day, I went to my husband and I said, honey, I want to do this more. I need this in my body more. And so we fit it into our budget. And so I was able to do everything twice a day and do the ULT. And my body was just completely depleted. And when I put that nourishment back in my body, it was absolutely amazing. My body came alive, like Audra shared, like brain fog went away and energy came back, and I was sleeping better. And mental health wise, I was doing so much better. And my husband was just like, wow, what's going on? And my kids are so beautiful. And one of my children said, I said, what is the difference you see in mommy? And they're like, mommy's not a mean mommy anymore. Just being real, you guys. Like, that's where I was. Like, my heart was not to be a mean mommy, but I was hurt and I was hurting and I needed help. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to have this help. And so that was November of 2021. And then in December of 2021, some friends reached out to me and said, Lori, you look amazing. What are you doing? And how can we have it? And so I reached out to Detra and I was like, hey, I have some friends who want to do this. And she was like, hey, you could do this too and help people. And I just prayed about it with my husband, and we just felt like this was the next step. And so I became a health coach, and I get to help people with their health. I absolutely love it. I'm also a business coach, and I'm super excited. We've been able to have a paycheck every week. I am a mama of 3, and we want to homeschool our kids more in the future and be able to travel with them. And so I am super excited about that as well. Oh, I'm so sorry, Detra.
That's okay.
Sorry, I just got a phone call.
You're-
Oh, you can hear me. So yeah. So and then I've been able to get a paycheck every week. And we actually were able to cover our mortgage with Purium 1 month. And I'm so grateful for that. And just so excited to be able to spread the word and to help others and help families to leave a beautiful legacy with lots of peace. And I'm still learning the digital world here. Thank you, Detra.
Thanks, Lori. Thank you, Audra. So with that, I told you guys I wanted to go into detail a little bit about the superfoods that have helped these 2 ladies so much. And so I'm just going to do a brief overview, and then I'm going to go into question and answer. And one of the things that we love to do with Health Opportunities is to open up and really curate a protocol for people who might have questions, just because we don't want you to be overwhelmed. And I don't like for people to waste money. I think that it can be overwhelming to go to a website and try to figure out what you need when you've never used any of this before. And so we really like to customize for you and help you to figure out what's going to get you to the best results for you. So these 4 products are, they're kind of the foundation of Purium. And Purium has over 100 superfoods, but this is really where most people start. And then we can just add on from there. And so the first superfood is called Super Amino 23. And this is a fantastic superfood. I don't like to call them products because they're really just food in your body. Because they're a whole food source, the body can utilize them very quickly. So with the Super Amino 23, this is organic, non-soy legumes. And they were originally designed by an Italian doctor for people who were on bed rest to keep their muscles healthy and from deteriorating. But the reason that the Super Amino 23 are so fantastic is, 1, they're bioavailable in your body in 23 minutes, hence the name. That just means that your body can utilize them. They are a great source of protein. Most protein sources like animal protein, things like that, they really take your body quite a bit of time to break down and utilize. So several days actually, where with this amino, which is actually what your body needs to build joint, muscle, and connective tissue, it needs aminos, which are a simple structure. Animal protein and other sources of protein are more complex structures. So the aminos are very satiating. They help to repair joint, muscle, and connective tissue. So people that have arthritis, people who have had surgeries or injuries, people who are trying to build muscle. And I shared at the beginning of the call that one of the things that I had been misinformed about was the type of protein that our body actually needs. So I am an athlete, but I was taking a lot of isolated protein sources, which was really hurting my body and overworking my liver. And so this is great. It's very easy. Children can use this. I have a lot of students, children athletes that are on the aminos because they're just great for the body and for tearing down old tissue and building back up. The second component of our main products is called the Power Shake. And this is 97% of all of your fruits and vegetables in one shake. And so it's very alkaline. And I say alkaline because there are 2 sides to chemistry with food. There's alkaline and there's acidic. So a lot of the foods that we take in are on the acidic side. And if it's acidic, it leaves behind an acidic ash, which really is not great for your body. So things like processed foods, things like coffee, Sugar, of course, dairy is very acidic and very inflammatory. So people that are like, oh my gosh, I have this cough I can't get rid of, or they're constantly struggling with a cold, or they feel like their body is constantly fighting something, or they live their life with a lot of pain, headaches, things like depression, anxiety, stinky breath, body odor, those kinds of things are because people are eating more on the acidic side, and that creates a lot of lymphatic stagnation in the body, and it creates a lack of flow, and flow is what helps waste to move out of the body. So the Power Shake really helps to clean the acids up and move the body from a state of acidosis into a state of alkalinity. Biometic is it is kind of it's our claim to fame, so to speak, because it is the only prebiotic, probiotic on the market that is clinically and scientifically proven to remove glyphosate from the body. And for those of you who have joined the call late, I opened by talking about glyphosate, which is a chemical pesticide sprayed on all of our crops. It's in our air and water systems, and we are inundated with it. It's been sprayed on our food, on our crops, since before 1980. And it is one of the most common reasons for the dis-ease that we see in so many of our friends and our family and ourselves, and even in our children. So Biomedic helps to detox glyphosate out of the body. And the reason that it has to be detoxed out is because it is water soluble. That means you can't wash it off. So even if you're soaking your fruit or your vegetables, it's still in there because it is in the shikimate pathway, which is the root of the plant. And so what happens internally, if you were to look at your body under a microscope, what is happening is there is something that builds up in your bowel wall that is called mucoid plaque, which is a thick black sticky film that clogs the bowel wall. So you might notice things in your body like constipation, bloating, fermentation, or that's where we get into having the body odors, things like that, where you're like, I don't know, I'm doing all the proper hygienic things, but I still have this happening. And it's because of the exposure of glyphosate. So this helps to not only detox it, but it helps to repair your gut, which is really the hub of your body. And the reason it's the hub of your body is because your gut is what communicates to your brain. So in Western medicine, we refer to the gut as our second brain, but it's actually our first brain. 9 signals go from the gut up to the brain. Only 1 goes from the brain down to the gut. So it's very important that our gut is healthy and firing properly. Then the 4th component is called apothecary, and this is organic cherry tart juice, which is great for deep sleep. Most of the world is sleeping but not resting, and the body does most of its work at rest when we're sleeping deeply, that REM sleep. That's where your body repairs and rebuilds and starts to restore. Especially women, 9 to 12, that's where our endocrine system starts to repair. 1 to 4 is where our liver does most of its work. So apothecary helps your body with natural melatonin production. And why I say natural is because our bodies are designed to produce melatonin. So you actually don't want to supplement with melatonin, because when you supplement with something, it tells the body that it doesn't need to make it. So apothecary helps the body to naturally make more melatonin, but it also helps with kidney filtration. And kidney filtration means that when you urinate, that waste is leaving your body. 7 of 10 Americans, their kidneys don't filter out waste through the urine. And so what you don't eliminate, your body accumulates, which is responsible for a lot of the dis-ease, inflammation that won't leave the body. So people that their health goal for 2023 is, I want to lose weight. Most weight, excess weight in the body is really excess waste that's stored up in the tissues and the cells. So it's very important that your elimination pathways are open and functioning properly. And so the apothecary helps with that. And then 2 of our most popular protocols. I started with this, Lori and Audra, who shared their health testimonies, the ultimate lifestyle transformation, which we call the ULT, and then the ultimate lifestyle transformation plus performance. And basically, those have been strategically put together to help your body with detoxification, to help bring your body into a state of alkalinity, to get rid of unhealthy fats, and it's a natural colon cleansing support. So it's all put together, and it's basically 60 superfood meals that you do 2 times a day to really reset. And these are meals. They're not supplements. They're not isolates. So your body is going to recognize them as food. And it's actually the best food that you can get because of the soil that it has been grown in. And so in the description of this call, I mentioned that everybody that attends today will get $100 gift card. So the person that invited you to this call has a gift code to share with you. And that gift code includes $100 off of any of we have like 10 amazing protocols that you can choose from. And so whoever invited you to this call today can share their gift code with you, and then you can receive their discount. Our 2023 transformation is going to include amazing support. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that support. So I don't believe in a system that is like, here's your box, good luck, because most people need accountability. Most people need kind of a game plan to break old habits and rebuild new ones. So within our community, we offer 2 support calls a week led by regenerative health practitioners. I lead some of those calls. We have several others. We have regenerative health coaches that lead those calls that are available to answer your questions and walk you through your next step. We have a Telegram app for communication and chat. We also have information in our back office that we can share, product info sheets. We have an app with recipes, and we have a Facebook group for continuous support so that you know exactly what your next steps are and where you are in your process. And so there's somebody walking alongside you in your journey. So we will start on January 11th. And with that, I'm going to stop my share and would love to open up for any Q&A. And then we are going to do a drawing for a sample pack of our superfoods. And so when I call your name, whoever invited you to this call, you can just message them, get them your information, and I will mail you your sample pack. Okay, so I would love to now open up for Q&A. So if you want to use the raise hand feature at the very bottom, there is a reactions button. And when you click the reactions button, it'll give you a raise hand feature. So if you want to raise your hand, I can call on you, or you can put your question in the comments. All right, and I see there are, let's see, I registered through Eventbrite. Any side effects? Okay, so I'm going to start with the questions that are in the chat, and then I think Simone had her hand raised. Okay, wow, you guys have been busy in the chat. All right, so are all of your products pure organic? Yes, they are. They are organic and regeneratively grown. So that means that they are free from herbicides, biocides, pesticides, and our farms are over 100 miles away from any kind of industrialization. And so we use all plants. We don't use any kind of isolates or additives. We don't use artificial sweeteners. In all of our labels, every single ingredient says organic. And if you were late to the call, I shared that the USDA organic seal that you see in the grocery store actually came from the owner of our company. He is the reason that we have that seal. So yes, we are pure and premium. Does premium products contain caffeine? does the Purium products contain caffeine? Our superfood products that I shared do not have caffeine for our resets. We recently last year came out with an organic coffee bar line because many people that start are addicted to coffee. And we try to encourage people, help them to wean off of coffee because coffee is actually a neurotoxin. And it's on the acidic side of chemistry and really overworks your adrenals. But for people that are like, I need something before I wean off of this coffee, we came out with a coffee bar line that is organic, very, very low milligrams. And so the person that invited you to this call can send you that, but the majority of our superfoods do not have caffeine in them because we want to support people into moving their body into alkalinity. Let's see. What product would you, this is Christopher Owen, what product would you advise one to use if they want to burn belly fat between the 4 products? I would say so if you needed to choose between 1 to 2, I would say for sure, starting with the Power Shake. The Power Shake is 97% of all of your fruit and veggie needs. It's packed with nutrients. And so that is going to help, 1, get your body alkaline. 2, it's going to help your body have satiation. And when your body is satiated, it can start to release fat because the reason, especially visceral fat around the belly, a lot of the reason that our bodies hold on to that is because of inflammation in the cells, because things aren't firing and the body's like, oh my gosh, this inflammation's here. I'm here to keep you safe because I don't know if I can release you because I want to make sure that I'm getting the nutrients that I need. When the body knows that it's going to be nourished well, it can start to release that inflammation. So if you had to choose between one of the 4, I would say start with the Power Shake. If you could do 2, I would say do the Power Shake and the Super Aminos 23, because those are great for building muscle and also helping with satiation. So those are the 2 that I would say start with. Are your Purium products healthy for kids? Absolutely. We actually have an entire kids line. I have 4 kids, 18, 14, 9, and 6. And our kids use the superfoods every day. They have a shake for breakfast. And sometimes my 6-year-old just wants it for a snack and we just kind of add it into our day. But our most popular kid product is called the Epigenius Kid Shake, but adults use it as well. And that is, it's a shake with 97% of your fruit and veggie needs, but it also has a serving of the prebiotic and probiotic I mentioned called Biomedic. So kids are removing the glyphosate from their body. It has a serving of the aminos and a serving of the apothecary for deep sleep. So instead of the kids taking the shake and doing the capsules and then doing the cherry juice, it's all in one shake, an inclusive shake. And it is, it's a chocolate flavor. It's not actually chocolate because we don't use chocolate. It's really dates and cacao powder, but it's the color of chocolate and kids love it. So that would be where I started. And then also clinically as a therapist, when I have teenagers and young kids who struggle with emotional regulation, ADHD, sitting still, kids that are on the spectrum like Asperger's and autism, I recommend our herbal tinctures, Kids in Focus, to support the nervous system. And then we have a great herbal tincture for immune support for kids. It's just a dropper. It tastes like maple syrup, and you can put it in their mouth every day really to support their body cellularly, because most dis-ease is not something they catch. It's actually more that their gut is not supporting them. So, okay, let me see. Audra, while I'm answering these questions, if you could go through and choose a name for the giveaway, that would be great. And then you can, when you have it, you can unmute and share that so we can get them their super pack. This is interesting. I'm glad I attended the session. How do I get set up for a smart order of Purium products? So Janet, whoever invited you, you can message them, or if you got this from the Eventbrite, you can reply to the email and I can send you a link to order with the gift code for you to save. And actually, I'm going to write in the comments here, ultpack.com for anybody that wants to start with the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. That's where you can go. And I'm going to list our unique codes in the comments. So if you'll just grab those and save them. Audra, if you want to put yours, and Lori, if you want to put yours in the comments, you can do that. And then whoever invited you to this call, if somebody specifically invited you, go back to that person for their unique code so that you can get the discount from them. Yes, you do. You will get the $100 gift card using one of the codes listed in the comments off of an Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation or Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation plus Performance. Okay. Did I get everyone's questions? Are there any side effects, positive or negative ones, of the Purium products? If you can eat food, you can handle Purium. It's actually better than any food that you're going to get in the grocery store. This is not isolated, and it's not psychotropic, and it's not genetically modified. So your body literally recognizes this as food. So no, there will be no side effects with this. All right. I think I got all of the questions. Does Apothecary detox your liver? Apothecary does help to support it along with the shake. So really the best way to detox internally is to use the entire Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation together, because those superfoods work together. But the Apothecary does help to start the process of eliminating waste from the body, opening up the kidneys, and filtering out waste through the kidneys. Also, for people that are curious about what I'm talking about with kidney filtration, I'm going to give you a quick, easy way to see if your kidneys are filtering. 7 out of 10 people, your kidneys are not filtering, but you cannot see that from looking in the toilet. So what you have to do is you just take a clear glass, first thing in the morning, one you're probably not going to drink out of again, a plastic cup, and your first urine of the day, when you wake up, you'll pee in the cup. I want you to hold that to a light. And under the light, you are looking for cloudiness in your urine. You're looking for sediment like flakes or any kind of crystals or any little floating things in your urine is a sign that your kidneys are open and working properly. If there is no cloudiness and there is no sediment in your urine, and it's just clear, I'm not concerned about the color. That just tells us about like acidity in the body. I mean, things actually floating in the urine. If there is none of that in there, your kidneys are not filtering. And that is something that you need to work intentionally to resolve, because again, what you don't eliminate, you accumulate in the body. Okay, let me see if I have any hands up for questions. I think I got them all. Okay, Audra, do you have a name for who won the sample pack? Oh, you can't unmute. There you go. Oh.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there was a question in there about collagen products as well. So just for that. But
Yeah.
for the drawing, I'll just give the drawing quick and then you can hop to that. Ella Lee.
Ella Lee. Are you still on here? Ella Lee, if you are on here, if you will either put a direct message to me or Audra with your address or with your email, and then we can get your information and mail you a sample pack. So Ella Lee, if you're still on. And collagen, just like melatonin, collagen, there's all the rave about take collagen, take collagen, take collagen. Collagen is something your body actually makes on its own. And similar to what I said about melatonin, when you take collagen, it sends the message to your body not to make more. So when you get your body out of acidosis and you get it into an alkaline state, your body actually can produce collagen on its own. The two products that support your body in producing collagen on its own are the super aminos and the apothecary put together. And what that does is it helps your skin and your hair and your nails to regenerate. Most people have the cellular health, the average 30-year-old, they have the cellular health of like a 70-year-old. And it's because their body has stopped making collagen because of the acids. They are interfering with the body's natural production. So getting in an alkaline state is super important for starting really anytime. I say that your 2023 health goals shouldn't start in 2023. They should start today. But that is something, that's one of the first things people will notice when they start on these superfoods is that they look like they're aging in reverse. Okay. Any more questions for anyone? Did anybody want to come off mute and ask questions or have an individual protocol for you? Stella says, I'm not clear about the $100 gift card. Can someone put me through? So the $100 gift card, there are a few codes above. Stella, if you were invited to this guest or to this call some way other than the Eventbrite, the person that invited you has a unique gift code to share with you. Otherwise, you're welcome to use Audra or Lori's, which they put in the comment, and that unique code is $100 off of our ultimate lifestyle transformation or any of our other 8 unique protocols that are in this ultpack.com that Lori posted there in the chat. Okay. Well, our transformation for 2023 starts January 11th. It will be through a Telegram, to the Telegram app. You'll have amazing support. Those who register through Eventbrite, you're welcome to use, I'm going to put mine in here again. You're welcome to use mine. Audra's is Audra. Is it your first and last name, Audra? I'm putting Audra's here, or Lori Ferkey's is also her name. So you can just pick one. It's the same gift code. And you'll get that $100 gift card off when you go to ultpack.com. And if you have questions, once you get in there and you're like, I'm not really sure, here's some goals that I have, you're welcome to respond to the email, and I'm happy to do an individualized protocol for you to help you get started. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us today and for giving us an hour of your time. Audra says, I don't know if Ella left. She says Ella has not messaged her. I'm looking through to see if Ella's still here. I don't see her. So I guess, Ella, if you're here, if you would just write here or present, Ella Lee, I see her. Yeah, I see. So Ella, before we end, if you could send us a message so that we can get your information to give you the sample pack. If you'll just drop that in the comments. Otherwise, she may not be available and we can just choose someone else. That is around a $50, $60 value, and it's a way to sample a lot, about 8 of our superfoods. So I would love to gift that to someone today for joining us before we leave. So I'll give just one more minute. And then if we don't hear from Ella, then we will choose again. Okay, Audra, you can go ahead and choose another name quickly. And I'm going to stop the recording here.